This is ma'am, could you please enable the screen share?
So sorry. Just give me one moment. Yes.
Ma'am, is this okay? This tube?
Abhivi, this one has a hole on top, is it? The rubber cork has a hole on it?
Yeah, there's a hole.
That might be a challenge, but do you have something that can cover it completely?
Ma'am, I think I might actually have a tube which covers it completely.
Okay, all right. We can, anyway, we'll just introduce right now, and then we can just take a couple of minutes later to go fetch, get that. Yes, right? Yes,
Right,
Abhivi,
so
this seems better. Yes, this seems better, Abhivi.
and agreed. So for now, I guess you can take off the. So right now, I guess you can take off the gloves because you won't need it right now. Wear it only when you are adding the drivers.
Okay.
All right. So ma'am, is the audio not fine?
Yes, yes.
All right. Harsh. Yes. So you should be able to see my screen. Are you? All right. So hello everyone. I am Praneel Munshi, a student of grade 10 Untitled, and welcome to the third session of the Green Chemistry Workshop. So yes. So before I start, would anyone like to recap what we did in the previous session? Anyone? I believe.
We had a session on bioplastics, and we got to know why plastics were bad, and bioplastics could possibly be a replacement to normal plastics. And then we made, I mean, like, two people made bioplastic sample.
All right, yeah. So absolutely correct, Adi. So we had our previous session was conducted by my friend Amar. So we had made it was on bioplastics, and so did any of you actually able to make the bioplastic?
Actually, I couldn't
All right, that's
hope to
completely
make it in school.
all right. No problems. So yeah, so I will see on the screen. So before I reveal the topic of today's session, I would like to ask you this question. So what do the following items have in common? Any answers? All right, Adi,
All of these are actually synthetic chemicals, and they are not natural.
they're not what?
They are not natural. All of them
Yeah,
are synthetic, and some of them can even cause harm to our skin.
certainly. So any other similarity? Any other thing that's common? Like there can be multiple answers. So Angad?
Maybe I think there's some amount of fragrance in all of them.
Yes, you're right. They're all used for beautification and all. All right. So now I'll reveal the answer. So actually, um, yeah. So all of these items that I showed on the screen, all of these contain essential oils. So, and that's the topic of today's session. So the first question that comes to mind is, what are essential oils? Are you able to follow, everyone? Just a second. Yes. So yeah, the first question that comes to mind is what are essential oils? So as we saw in the previous slide, a few examples of things, products that contain essential oils like nail polish, perfumes, shampoos, fragrances, candle fragrances, etc. So essential oils are basically compounds made from the extract of plants and they occur naturally in plants. So why the name essential? So it's basically because they contain the essence of of a plant's fragrance and hence the name. So as I showed a few products which contain essential oils, and a few examples of these essential oils are lavender, peppermint, lemon, sweet orange, orange, eucalyptus, etc. So like you're quite familiar with all of this. Am I right? Just a sum up football.
Yeah.
All right. Adi. Perfect.
Acha, I have a question.
Yeah, sure. Adi.
So why is it not advised to touch concentrated essential oil?
Well,
Because
actually,
whenever we see it, it is present in water in a very low concentration.
so yeah, that is true. But so that's basically because like too much, if you're touching concentrated essential oils, it might actually be harmful for the skin. So that is the reason. Because they may contain harmful products, harmful chemicals. We said. All right.
Okay, so
So
even though they are in plants, they are harmful.
even what?
Even though they are present in plants, they can be harmful.
Yes, they can be. So for example, like you wouldn't just poison ivy for you.
Okay,
If that's a plant for you. All right. So
thank you.
yes. So as we saw, what we understood what essential oils are. Now we look at how these essential oils are extracted. So there are these three main methods of extraction. Firstly, we have distillation, then we have expression, and lastly, we have solvent extraction. So I'll be explaining these processes briefly in the next few slides. Right. Yeah. So first we'll come to distillation. So most of the common essential oils, like as we discussed before, like lavender, peppermint, tea tree oil, eucalyptus, these are all distilled. And keep in mind this method. I'll come back to it later towards the end of the session. So the recondensed water from distillation. So I hope you're all familiar with what distillation is. Am I right? Abhi, am I right? Everyone else? Hello. Am I audible?
I think Abir, you might need a little, if you could just define it for him, what happens in distillation?
Okay, so basically distillation is it's a method, it's a process of extracting or separating substances in which a liquid or a volatile liquid is separated from another liquid from a volatile, yeah. So it's heated first of all, and when you heat, so the vapors they get separated, and then those vapors are cooled down, and the other substance which we wanted to extract is obtained. So here in distillation, it's a similar process, but slightly more complicated. So here the decondensed water which we got, so the substance which we want to obtain in the end, this is called a hydrosol or hydrolat, or it's also called herbal distillate or plant water essence. This can be sold as another a fragrant product. So the use of this is increasing in cosmetics. For example, rose water, lavender water, lemon balm. You must have heard of all this, am I right? Adi, Agni.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. So did you understand this distillation?
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's move on to the next one. So the next one is expression. So like most citrus peels oil, these are expressed mechanically or they're cold pressed. This is another method of extracting essential oils. And one significant thing about this is that before the discovery of distillation, all essential oils were extracted by pressing. So as I said, a few examples of essential oils which are obtained by expression citrus fruit oils, lemon, or sweet olive oils. So these lemon and sweet olive oils, these are obtained as byproducts of the citrus industry. As because like lemon, sweet oils, these are citrus fruits. So was that clear? Okay,
Uh,
you have a question.
Yeah, so my question is that how exactly do you get the oils? Because I can see that the examples shown they all just look like the juice which comes out like orange oil would be just the juice which comes out of the fruit. How do you like get the oil? Like what is the oil
All
inside?
right. So, okay. So from these processes like expression or distillation, the compounds are found. Like for example, lemonade. I'll give you an example. We'll come back to this later towards the end of the video. End of the session. So yeah, these compounds are extracted, and these compounds are used in the manufacture of these oils, such as lemon oil, sweet oils, based food oil. So if you want, you can do further research on expression specifically, and in terms of distillation and other methods, I'll explain further towards the end of the session. Does that sound right?
Okay.
All right. Okay. So the next method we have is called solvent extraction. This is a very common method, and keep in mind this. Keep in mind this method, and because it's important towards the end of the session, just like this session. So one such solvent that is used for solvent extraction is called hexane. It's called hexane. So this hexane is also used to extract limonene, which is a compound used in essential oils. So these extracts are called concretes. And now concretes are mixtures of essential oils, waxes, resins, and plant material. So these concretes, they are highly fragrant, but they contain large quantities of non-fragrant waxes and resins. So this is a very commonly used method of solvent extraction. Remember, one major such solvent is called hexane. Is that clear, everyone? Perfect. Adi?
Yes.
All right. All right. Okay. So we'll move on to the next one. So now that we understood what essential oils are and how they're extracted, we'll take a look at what the uses are of essential oils. So you already got an idea of how essential oils are used, and as we saw in the first slide of this session. So essential oils, other than that, they are used in aromatherapy, pesticides, antimicrobials, perfumes, cosmetics, and mosquito repellents. These are the major uses of essential. So if so I'll go through some of these. Firstly, we have aromatherapy. So aromatherapy, it's a method of relaxing the mind and body with the help of essential oils. So these are a few essential oils that are used in aromatherapy, like lemon, lavender, cedarwood, bergamot, etc. So that was aromatherapy. Next up, we have pesticides. So pesticides, I hope you're all familiar with pesticides. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So these essential oils are used as green pesticides. So like they're not harmful chemical fertilizers which may cause degradation in the soil quality. So these are actually quite good. So there are several essential oils that are used as pesticides, like rose, lavender, eucalyptus, basil, and peppermint. So now we come to the next one, which is antimicrobials. So a few examples of these are limonene, clove, eugenol, thymol, and camphor. So next up, we have perfumes. I am sure you all know what perfumes are. So you all use it in day-to-day life. So of course, few person like I'm sure like there are many fragrances and all for different perfumes like rose, lavender, eucalyptus, lemon, and tea leaves. So that was perfumes. Now we'll come to cosmetics. So cosmetics, like would you like to name a few cosmetics? Anyone? Adi, Avindri?
Oils.
Yes. And like what are cosmetics used for?
Uh, Sorry, can you repeat again?
I'm asking what are cosmetics used for?
Okay. Cosmetics are used basically for skincare products.
Yes. Correct. So yeah, cosmetics again we have limonene, lavender, rose, rosemary, and pepper. So these are the few essential oils that are used in cosmetics. And lastly, we have mosquito repellents, something which is really necessary at times. So I'm sure you know what mosquito repellents are. These are used as green mosquito repellents like citronella, lavender, thyme oil, cinnamon oil, and neem oil. Right. So these were some of the major uses of essential oils. So as we saw, the three main methods of extracting essential oils, which are distillation, solvent extraction, and expression. So these methods have a problem, and the one major problem is of this is that they are not good for the environment. So let us take a look at some of those things, and we'll mostly be focusing on hexane. So I told you to keep in mind the word hexane, the compound hexane, as I'll be explaining it further. So hexane, this compound called hexane. Yeah, Adi, you have a question?
Yeah, so I had a question related to mosquito repellents.
Yes, yes.
So compared to synthetic repellents like Odomos, how effective are they?
So like Odoball, so synthetic, I'm sure I haven't done a lot of research on these
Acha.
mosquito repellents, how effective they are, but I'm sure like Odomos is synthetic, but like I'm sure you know neem. Have you heard of the neem mosquito repellent?
Yeah.
Yes, so that is another natural one, and that is quite effective. So yes, does that clear you?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So now we'll be taking a look at the problem with hexane, which is used for solvent in the process of solvent extraction. So hexane, it exhibits first of all it exhibits human toxicity. It's hazardous for the environment and it requires a lot of energy to produce and evaporate. So it's not a sustainable solution. So I'm sure you all have heard of sustainable development. Am I right? Anyone?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so yeah, so as we see, hexane is not a sustainable solution and it's not good for the environment. It is also very expensive to dispose of the waste or use solvents. Therefore, hexane, there needs to be an alternative to hexane. Now, these are some other environmental effects of extracting essential oils. For example, deforestation, decrease in biodiversity, decrease in soil fertility, and the generation of carbon footprint, as these are not environment friendly. So I spoke about the alternative to hexane, which is the need of the oil. So the group of substances which can be used as an alternative to solvents like hexane, these are called green solvents. Now, one major example of a green solvent is liquid carbon dioxide. So you all have heard of carbon dioxide. So the liquid form of that, which is used to extract essential oils. So like this liquid carbon dioxide, it poses very few environmental and health risks, unlike the hexane which we had spoken about, which poses the threat of human toxicity. It is also cheap and energy efficient to produce, and it's also environment friendly. So this is a very sustainable option in order to extract essential oils. A liquid carbon dioxide is a very good solvent for limonene. Now, this limonene is also extracted with the help of hexane. But liquid carbon dioxide is a more sustainable and greener solution. It is also fairly easy to produce liquid carbon dioxide from dry ice because the liquid boils away at room temperature as soon as the extraction vessel is depressurized. So, the yes, Adi, you have a question?
Yeah, so dry ice actually sublimes, so we can't keep it direct into air. So how are you going to convert it into liquid?
Yes, great question. So, actually, at a certain there's a diagram for the conversion of carbon dioxide from gaseous state to liquid and solid state. So, So if you take dry ice and put it dry ice in a centrifuge tube and put it in water at 50 degrees Celsius, it converts
Acha.
within 15 seconds. It will convert to liquid carbon dioxide. So that is one way to convert it.
Okay.
Of course, at room temperature, it will not work. It will directly submerge.
Yeah.
Make sense, everyone?
Yeah.
All right. Now, this liquid carbon dioxide extracts limonene very efficiently from the rind of orange juice. An experiment which we'll do right now. All right. So this is a small comparison of hexane and liquid carbon dioxide. So as we saw, hexane is hazardous for the environment, while liquid carbon dioxide is an environment-friendly solvent. Moreover, hexane is not effective. It's very expensive to produce, while liquid carbon dioxide is very cheap to produce. You just need dryers. And lastly, hexane is highly energy consuming, while liquid carbon dioxide is energy efficient, and it is a more sustainable solution. So now we'll be coming to the the very awaited experiment, which is the extraction of limonene from waste orange peels using liquid carbon dioxide. So, Abhivi, I see that you have all the materials ready. Am I right? All right. So we'll be starting. These materials had already been shared with you all, and the steps I'll be explaining right. All right. So, Abhivi, so firstly, what you'll have to do is, yeah, do you have an orange with you? Orange, lemon. Can you please show it out straight?
Okay, I think it's coming. I'll just go get it.
All right. You're going to get it. All right. So the rest of you. So till the time Vivian is getting his orange. So what we did first was that we took a clear plastic beaker, which was mentioned in the materials required. Okay, Vivian is right. All right. So you have the orange. Now, so as you see in the image over here, image on the left. So this is literally actually me grating it. So take the orange and grate it with the help of a grater. Do you have some? A grater? Cheese grater. Do you have a cheese grater? Yes. So start grinding. Yeah, start grating it and collect the rind in a small dish. It should be around. Okay, so just a second. I'll just bring your screen. Okay. So once it fills about a quarter of the plate, that should be it. All right. So while you're doing this, I'll just. Okay. So while you're doing this, I would just like to say another thing. So while you're doing this, take a clear plastic beaker. So like your I guess your mom's helping you. Am I right? Really? Okay, so yeah, while you're doing this, take a clear plastic beaker and fill water in it and heat it till up to 50 degrees Celsius. Can you hear me, Abhi? Abhi?
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yeah. Wait,
All right, so
what
what
kind
I'm
of
saying
do I
is,
have to add?
could you repeat that?
How much water do I need to add? Do I need to heat?
Yes, so about take a beaker and fill it like about 500 ml. That should be fine. 500 ml should be enough. Yes, they should not be a
I was just asking him to. So Abhi, once you start seeing the white coating inside, you just have to stop grating there. Yeah, this is fine. So now move on to another section, which is orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep rotating the orange, and every time you see the white part, just stop grating, or else the juice will come out. Okay, so I was talking about the water. So fill the beaker with water and heat it till up to 50 degrees Celsius. So do you have a thermometer with you? The mercury different.
No, I don't have a thermometer.
No, that's okay. So you can just, even if you don't have a thermometer, just heat the water enough so that it's enough enough hot that you're able to sustain it on the palm of your hand, right? You're able to take the heat. So that is about 50-60 degrees Celsius, right? So
And
just a little warm.
yeah, you can take off your gloves. It's falling forward.
Yeah.
You can take off your gloves for now. You only need it for the dry days.
Okay.
Or if you're using, you can also use a microwave if you have the access. So probably just heat water for about 30-40 seconds. That will also give you about 50 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that should be fine. All right. So, how much rind have you got till now? Okay, so you'll have to do it for some more time. So just make sure that the entire orange is white. Once you're done grading. And Adi, you can just follow these instructions and we can try it in school notes. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were not which material were you not able to? Okay.
I couldn't procure them.
You can procure them.
Yeah.
You can procure any of them.
Yes.
Okay. All right. There's no worries. You can do it in school.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vivek, yeah, I see you have obtained a lot of time. Just a little more. Yes, so I think that should be fine. That much should be all right. So yes, so you have your centrifuge tube, something like this. Vivek, could you please show it on the camera if you have it?
Yeah, so I have this one which has a platinum wire inside.
No, actually the one which you had shown before, I think it had a blue part, just like this. I think that will work. Yes, this one.
But this one's cap is really cracked.
Oh, okay. Could you show the other one, the one with the red cap?
Yeah, so this one like has a small wire inside.
Just show the container. Well, actually, that is a bit too thin. We needed a bit one which is a bit wider.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and we're also, since we're talking a little bit more pressure, right? So that means that's why it's advised to use plastic containers here, because glass can burst if
Good.
there's a lot of pressure there. But what you can do is in this, if you have some tape like electrical tape at home, or even normal sellotape, if you can put it on top of this of the cap to sort of repair it for the time being.
Actually, a better solution would be: do you have aluminum foil at home?
Yeah, that would also be great.
If you have aluminum foil, you can just so like when you'll be sealing it, just put aluminum foil around it and put a few rubber bands. So that should do the trick, and that will make it completely airtight.
But I've like put a lot of duct tape on it.
Oh, yeah, that also solves the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
All right. So just collect the rind, collect the zest which you have made, and put it inside this thing. So, do you have the copper wire with you?
Yeah, I have the copper wire.
Okay, so just spiral it around a few times.
Wait,
I'll tell you one thing.
wait, this has plastic coating, is it, on top?
It has.
Ah,
I can try removing it.
like, do you have a pair of pliers or something that you can pull off the plastic coating with?
I think we might have pliers.
Yeah. Praneel, can you check? Is he supposed to add the rind just yet, or put it
No, no,
on
no.
top of the
No,
wire?
wait, just take it out once. Just empty the tube.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so actually first, do you have filter paper with you?
Can you repeat?
Do you have filter paper with you?
Yeah, I have filter paper.
All right, so take that, fold it make a kind of cone. Yeah, make a cone out of it. Take the filter paper. Yes. So I think, yeah, you'll have to cut it. You'll have to make it shorter. So make a semicircle. Make a semicircle.
Fold it like this.
Yeah, and then just cut it from the center. Cut another center semicircle out of it.
Yeah, I'll just go get scissors.
Yeah, sure. Just a second, ma'am. I'll just get the copper wire which I had.
Yeah, sure. Oh well, by the time everyone else is like sort of figuring stuff out, I'll just quickly pop in to. So the others who are not, doing the experiment right now, can you just predict what is going to happen? What are we going to do here? There's a filter paper. There's copper wire. Okay, think here's that.
Right. So since you're back, all right. About the filter paper, no, not like that. Make a semicircle out of it first. Don't cut it just yet. No, actually, you didn't have to do that.
Okay.
Mm,
I think he has another one.
you have another one, right?
So
All right, perfect. So don't cut it like that. Like cut another semicircle out of it. Cut another semicircle. Not half, not like that. Uh, make a D. Cut it in a D shape.
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
that?
like this.
Cut a D shape out of it.
Yeah, I've already cut this.
So like if this is your filter paper,
Yeah,
if this is your filter paper,
yeah.
fold it, make a semicircle out of it. Yeah. Make a semicircle out of it and then cut a D. So like start from around over here, start from here, move up, move upwards over here and end over here.
Okay, like this is the outer, inner.
Put it down, just make a border. Like just cut out the border. I think you should make it slightly smaller. Slightly smaller.
So we basically need a smaller circle out of it. So that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, so it should be able to fit inside the tube. That is what we do. The rest of you, so I'm sure you're following. Adi and West, Mohit, Aki.
So now what do I do?
All right, so you have done that. Now try. Now again fold it in half.
Yeah.
Fold it both ways, like this. Open it. So you have to make a cross out of the filter paper.
Oh, okay. Across.
Cross. You have made it.
Yeah.
So once you have made the cross,
Okay.
you will notice that take 1/4.
Okay. Just
1/4 of this, one of the quarters,
and cut it.
and just push it inside. Push this part inside so that it becomes a cone. Like this. Becomes a cone.
Already in 4 corners. And I just push one corner in like this.
Okay, so you have made the cross. Take 1/4, and push it inwards.
So just push it.
Inwards. So the shape should be like this.
Oh, you mean like this? A cone?
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Just show it on camera once, the cone size. Perfect, yeah, perfect. So once you have done this, take your copper wire. Do you have it with you?
No. No.
So
No.
you have to make a structure like this.
Okay.
So two hoops on each end, and these hoops should be the diameter should fit the tube perfectly.
Okay. I'll just go and shred the tube.
Yeah.
Does is it okay if it's any other metal wire, or will only copper wire work?
Actually, it should be flexible like this so that you should be able to mold it around.
Yeah, so I don't think the copper wire will get molded because it's in a bunch of strands. So can I use like normal steel wire?
Steel wire, but is it flexible?
Yeah, it is.
All right, you can use that. Abhir, are you back?
Yeah, I'm just getting it's coming.
All right. So once you get the filter paper, once you make this kind of structure,
Okay.
just do one thing. Take the cone,
Yeah.
take the cone which you have made,
Yeah.
this cone, and put it inside one of the hoops.
Okay.
Okay. Put it inside one of the hoops, and this fold kind of thing which you have made on the side, make sure the wire goes through that. That is supported. Okay.
Okay. And then what do? I place the beaker on top, like the tube.
Okay. It should look like this.
Okay.
All right. And then, okay. So could you turn on your camera, please?
I haven't got the wire yet, so
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So once you get that, take this, take this thing, and then just put it inside your, put it inside the tube. So you can push the filter paper in using the blunt side of the pencil. Not like this, not like this.
I put the
You have to
wire
put the
inside
filter paper. You have to put the filter paper inside.
with the wire. Or not.
Yeah, with the wire. Don't do it like this because, yeah, it'll not support.
I'll just get the wire.
Just go and get the wire. Put the filter paper inside the wire. oils.
Yeah, so I got the vial and like how should I like make a knot at the bottom?
Yes. Okay, so have you made that?
I made it the one at the bottom. I'm yet to
Make sure it's like this.
okay, wait.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'll just yeah. It's not that thick, but I made 2 clips.
Yes, that should be fine. Just make this thing straight, this line. Just make this line straight, a bit straight. That should work.
Yeah.
Perfect. So now take your filter paper
Okay.
and put the code inside this.
Yeah, and now I put it all inside this. Inside the
Hmm. If you want, take a pencil. Take a pencil. Do you have one? Pencil or any such rod or anything, something like this.
wait, I think my whole
Make sure it's not sharp. Make sure it's not sharp. Take a pencil.
yeah.
Hmm.
I think I might have to make the hoop a little bit smaller. Yeah, wait, I think I got it to go in. I got it to go in.
Okay, so take the pencil and put it through both the hoops. Okay,
Okay.
and then just push it down.
Yeah, done.
Yes, push it down.
It's inside.
Then it's in. Now
Yeah.
just take out the pencil
Yeah.
and make sure there's a gap down over here. Okay, make sure there's a gap.
Okay, now there is a small gap, but
A little more. A little.
uh,
All right, that much is fine. That much is fine.
okay.
Okay, and the wire. Make sure none of it is outside.
So I'll just stuff it in.
Yeah. Make sure none of it is outside.
Okay.
Yeah, just stuff it in.
Yeah, done.
Perfect. Very good.
Now I put in.
Okay, so now put the lemon zest in it. So is the copper wire holding the filter paper in place?
Yes, it is
All right, perfect. So yeah, just put all the zest in it.
hard to get this in. The copper wire stopping it.
Okay, and about the plastic beaker, the water in the plastic beaker, have you prepared that?
Yeah, I have.
You have it, right?
Yeah.
No, this is not a plastic beaker. This is a cat. Okay, you have the plastic beaker with you?
Yeah, we do.
Any container will do.
Yeah, any container will do. And make sure either you can keep it in the microwave
Yeah.
or make sure that the temperature is maintained at 50 degrees Celsius, or else the dry ice will just sublime. Okay. I think okay, a little more. Yeah, that should be enough. That should be enough. I think you should reduce a bit. Just take a little bit outside. Yeah. So we'll have to put the dry ice in the rest of the area. All right, perfect, perfect. So now, yeah, just stuff it in. Stuff it in. Make sure make sure as much as possible space is there.
Wait, the the whole the gap at the down is gone
Oh,
or done.
is it possible to pull it up with the wire?
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right, all right. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, just pull it up a little. Make sure there is gap. Make sure there's a gap.
Yeah, there is.
That is required. Just show how much gap there is. A little more, a little more. Just pull it up a little more.
I think my water is done heating.
All right, perfect.
So I'll put it in the plastic container. I'll put it in the plastic container.
Yes, you can do that.
I have to put how much again?
I think you should, your parents should do it because it might be too hot. Yes.
So it should be just enough for you to dip the tube entirely in it. So just
Yeah.
check the length of the tube and see how much. I think you should be able to dip the tube in it, right?
Ma'am, could you spotlight my presentation?
Yes, I will do that.
Can we put a glass container instead of this?
No, this works fine. The plastic will be fine. You can tilt the tube a little bit also, just so that the entire of it.
Cap it right now or not?
Not right now. You'll have to put the dry ice and then cap it. I was just for you to check the length. If all of it is dipping inside that container.
Just heat more water.
So like make sure only the cap is above the water level, so that you're able to pick it up.
So I will just heating some more water.
Just give me one.
All right, perfect. You're doing quite well.
And then we're gonna add the dry ice.
Yes, on top of
Okay,
it.
ma'am. So have you spotlighted my screen share?
Yeah, this screen is shared. Yeah, it's already there.
Okay, so as you see over here, the rind with the filter paper and all. Now I'll show the yeah. Just a second, I'll actually pause this.
So, Abhivir, do you have the dry ice in the freezer or something? Okay. All right. You can put the tube on one side and take out the dry ice. Now is a good time to wear your gloves.
Yeah, you should. You must wear the gloves while you're handling the dry ice.
And if you can see the shared screen over here, where Praneel was actually working in the lab, so he put the dry ice a little bit on the slab and crushed it. So that's what we are
I'll just show
supposed
you
to.
the video. This is Sandeep sir doing the crushing the dry ice. So just see the video once, and then it's a bit
Because
laggy.
it has to be, it will be, it have to be very quick while doing this. Okay. So just look at the video once before you begin.
Because the dry ice will sublime very quickly, and I think your mother should do it
Yeah, I think
because
she's doing it.
give the let your mom wear the gloves, and then she can put in the dry ice.
I think that's enough crushing it. That would be okay.
Yeah, that should be perfectly fine.
Yeah. So now you just take some of it and put it inside, fill it inside the tube.
Yeah.
The tube inside the beaker?
Just
No,
fill
no,
it
no,
inside
no.
the tube like it is over here.
So you fill the dry ice inside the tube.
So like the remaining area which you have, just fill it with the dry ice.
Ice. Yeah.
So I just pick up and put some in.
I think one of you can hold the tube and one person can put the ice. Like, that would be easier. Yes.
Be
Yeah,
very
the
careful.
spoon will be easier. Yes.
Yeah.
So now as soon as you've put a little bit more, and once it's completely full, just tightly cap it.
Yeah. Just take the cap and seal it immediately.
Yeah. Once it's completely full, just seal it very quickly. So now you have to put the, yeah, Praneel, go ahead.
Right. So have you sealed the cap?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, seal it perfectly and take your tape and wrap it around the cap.
Yeah. More tape.
Wrap it around the cap.
Like, so the cap we've already taped. I'll just
Yeah, wrap it all around to make sure that it's airtight, because that will create the pressure. And once you have done that, just immediately dip it inside the beaker, inside the plastic beaker with hot water. Yes. And hold it in one place. So like initially we had just dipped it over here. Later we used the stand in order to keep it in place.
Yeah, so how long do I have to hold it like this?
So, Vivi,
So-
what can you see in your test tube? What can you see in the tube?
So I can
Yeah.
see some part.
What can you see inside the tube?
Don't take it out. Don't take it out. Just leave it inside.
So like is the water really hot, Avivi?
I can't feel it because I'm wearing the gloves. I think
All right, so
pinkish thing coming down.
do not move it much. Do not move it much. Yeah. All right. So after a few seconds, the dry ice should immediately convert to liquid. So you should see a liquid inside the tube.
Yeah, I think there is some liquid.
That is liquid carbon dioxide, right?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Ideally, that should form. So, Vivi, do you see some boiling little bit like bubbles or something on top of the orange rind?
So how cold is that?
How?
That is quite cold. You should not touch it.
Acha.
You can check
I
the
mean, touch it with
temperature.
bare hands.
Na frostbite ho jayega.
Hi. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay, so Abhivir, can you see the any liquid?
Can you see some bubbles?
Can you see bubbles on top of the orange rind? Like, is there something visible over there?
Yeah, there are some bubbles.
Okay, what about the dry ice, like the white dry ice that you had put inside? What do you see instead of that? Is it still there?
Yeah, it is still there.
All of it as it is?
Or so, or has it different?
I think some of it has already melted.
Okay, all right, no problem, no problem. But you see some bubbles, you're saying, inside the tube.
Make sure there is the liquid, because dry ice doesn't melt like normal ice. It sublimes to carbon dioxide.
No, I think the bubbles are outside.
And Abhivir, which grade are you in?
I'm in 6th.
Oh, wow. You're doing brilliantly for a sixth grade.
So Praneel,
Okay.
how much, like by regular procedure, for how long are we supposed to keep this in water?
So, yeah, we have to keep it undisturbed for about 10 minutes, I guess. 10,
Okay.
15 minutes.
All right. Okay. So by that time, so while Abhivir has it held there, you can just share a little more about it, like the other theory stuff, so we can keep it held over there. So we can see
Abhivir,
if we can.
can you see the liquid? Can you see the liquid now?
So I can't tell if the.
Make sure it's the liquid inside the tube.
Wait, I'm supposed to see it at the bottom, right?
No. Can you? So two things, Abhivir. One thing, the dry ice that you put inside should have converted to a liquid, and there should be some liquid collected under the filter paper as well, right at the bottom of the tube. Okay. So
Yes,
there are
yes.
two things.
I'm not sure.
Pardon?
Ma'am, I think there are a few drops. I'm not sure.
At the
If
bottom?
if required, just take it out once.
Yeah,
Take it
take
out
it out once, see what all you can see.
because the limonene will not extract immediately. Right now, you'll have to see the. Okay, ma'am, are you able to see liquid or just dry air?
1 second. I will just.
Yeah, it's only the dry ice.
Yeah, there is dry ice only. The solid is still there up there. I can see that. But I'm not sure about right at the bottom. I don't know if there is anything there.
No, ma'am.
Hmm.
Do you see anything under the filter paper, Abhivir? Inside the tube?
Ma'am, so there, I don't know what is this, but there's some pinkish thing here.
There is some.
Interesting.
Pink. I think it's on the tube. But no.
That's not exactly the pinkish thing. That's because the orange thing is inside. So
Yeah. So just look at the tip of the tube at the bottom. Just look at the
yeah,
tip at the bottom. See what you can see there. Is there something collected?
you'll see a liquid like this at the bottom.
Oh, I think.
You'll
Oh,
see
yeah.
a liquid like this.
Like this. Yeah. So I can't see Abhivir's screen anymore for some reason. I don't know why. Public connection. Not sure. I think there's some lag there. Okay, so Praneel, while we wait for Abhivir to come back, because I think we've lost his video. Yeah, he's left from the meeting. So probably it's some network. So he'll join back, hopefully. So in that time, you can yeah, he's back actually. Yeah, great.
You're back.
Yes, I think, yeah, Abhivir is back. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The other one shut down.
Yeah, no
Yes.
problem.
Okay, so are you? So just keep it in the beaker and tell me when you're able to see the liquid.
Praneel, can you hold up your centrifugation tube one more time? Just tell him how. Yeah, so there'll be something like this at the bottom. Abhivir, if you look at the screen, there'll be some liquid at the bottom. Okay, if that happens.
I don't think so. I can't see any.
Okay, all right, no problem, no problem. Just keep it held inside. It's okay, no problem. All right. So Praneel, now do you want to share your experience also while you did the experiment so that we can have it held inside?
All right. So we will keep it in place and leave it undisturbed. Like just hold it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, I'll tell you what I experienced while doing this. So unfortunately, we were not able to extract the limonene through this method due to several constraints. So till now, what you have done, if you are able to extract the limonene, that's brilliant. Otherwise, I'll tell you what we did, another method. So do you remember at the start of the session, I told you about distillation?
Yeah.
So since we were not able to extract the limonene from this, since we were not able to extract the limonene from this experiment, the way I just taught, we made this setup of distillation. So as you can see over here in this round bottom flask, we had the orange rind and we poured water in it. So since you have if you ever come to the school lab, we can try this because see over here you have a lot of rind. So we have to pour it. You have to put it inside the round bottom flask and pour water over it. Then you have to start heating over here. You have to start heating from the burner so that this evaporates. Now in the distillate over here, so here you'll have cool water running through in order to cool down the vapors. And over here, you'll see this tube over here. The distillate is collected over here.
Okay.
So So what we did was that we took this distillate. This distillate initially it was a little foggy and yellowish color. All right, it was foggy and yellowish. So what we did was that we took this in another test tube and added chloroform to it. So do you know what chloroform is?
No.
So it's a chemical. It's a harmful chemical actually, because if you inhale it, a person actually becomes
Used
unconscious.
to like drug people.
What? Yeah. Okay. So that's chloroform. That's chloroform, and so we added that to this. So as you see over here, this is what we got. Avivi, have you seen this?
Yeah.
So we've got three different layers. So there was water, chloroform, and the fat containing the limonene. So limonene being less dense than water, extract settles at the top,
Yeah.
and this chloroform being more dense than water, it settles at the bottom. So what we did was that we extracted the limonene with the help of an eyedropper. Okay, you know what an eyedropper is, right?
The what?
An eyedropper
I think
dropper.
so.
So like you press it, and due to the pressure, the liquid is sucked up into it, and then when you release it, sorry, when you press it again, it goes down.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
like a pump. Like you squeeze it
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
comes in, and then you squeeze it again, it comes out.
Yes, exactly. So this is what we got, and we extracted this top layer from with the help of we extracted this top layer with the help of the eyedropper. So this is what we got in the end. This is the limonene, and if you can, ma'am, have you spotlighted my camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you see
Got
this?
that.
Do you see this filter? Do you see this liquid at the bottom of the
Yeah,
test?
yellowish color.
Yellowish color. That is the limonene which we extracted.
Okay.
So we were not able to do it using this method, which is green, which is more sustainable and green. So using liquid carbon dioxide is a more greener solution. Since we were not able to do it with that, we use steam distillation, which is another method, but it is not as green and sustainable as using liquid carbon dioxide. So, Avivi, would you like to share like the current status of your tube?
Yeah. So I think the dry ice has reduced. Yeah,
So, are
dry is reduced.
you able to see the liquid?
I think there are like one. No, wait. No, I don't think I am able to.
Mhm.
But the dry ice has come down. It's been reduced.
It's actually just sublimate. It's just sublime, you know. It's not converting to liquid. So I'll tell you what was supposed to happen. So
Okay.
as the liquid, so the dry ice under high temperature and pressure. So you put it inside the hot water. So that's the temperature of it is very high, and you also sealed it tightly with the help, and you made it airtight.
Yeah.
So that creates high pressure, high temperature, and high pressure. So under these two conditions, the dry ice is supposed to convert to liquid carbon dioxide. So
Okay.
dry ice is basically solid carbon dioxide. So from solid, it converts to liquid, just like normal ice. So water H2O has three forms. Firstly, a solid form is ice, liquid form is water, and gaseous form is water vapor. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So in this, normal ice, when you melt it, it changes to liquid. But dry ice is different. It sublimes. So sublimation is the conversion from solid state directly to gaseous state. Have you done this in
Yeah.
school?
Vice versa as well, right? Gaseous to solid. नहीं वो तो decomposition होता है. Sorry.
No, it's the other way. Solid to gaseous.
हाँ, decomposition होता है दूसरा. Okay.
The decomposition is the other way.
No need.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens is that the dry ice converts to liquid carbon dioxide. Now this liquid carbon dioxide, so there was this orange line right below the dry ice, right? Like you did. So the liquid carbon dioxide extracts this limonene. So the limonene is found inside the rind. Okay. Limonene is found inside the rind, and the liquid carbon dioxide extracts the limonene from it, and it settles down at the bottom of the test tube.
Okay.
All right. So that is what was supposed to happen. Unfortunately, we were not able to do so. Um, you can try this again after once more, if
Yeah, I
possible.
can try it again.
Yeah, you can try it again, because actually we also tried this twice, but after 2 times we ran out of dry ice, hence we were not able to do it again. We settled with steam distillation.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this was our plan to extract limonene. Now this limonene can be used as perfumes. It can, for your home, you can use it as a candle fragrance.
Okay.
Anyways, if you smell the limonene right now, it'll have a certain fragrance. Okay.
Maybe we put less dry ice.
Maybe when I do it next time, we put less dry ice
More dry.
or more dry ice.
See, I think so. The more rind you will have, the more limonene will be extracted, and the dry ice should be at least 30 grams. So I don't think even in my centrifuge tube, I was not able to accommodate 30 grams of dry ice, because
Yeah.
it is very less space. So I would say keep it almost same the amount of, so like you can take dry ice from about 20 ml to 30, no, sorry, I'm talking about the rind, from around 20 ml to 35 ml, and the rest of the dry ice from around 35 ml to 50 ml. So 15.
Okay.
All right. So I think that should work. Yeah.
Uh,
So this was the main objective of the experiment, to extract limonene with the help of liquid carbon dioxide from waste orange peels. So you're not, so basically you're using the waste materials to extract something useful like limonene. Got
okay.
it?
Yeah. Maybe I don't think the duct tape exactly shut it airtight. So next time when I do it.
Yeah, that was the main problem even we were facing. So there could have been quite a few problems with this. Either the temperature could have been less, like it was not enough, or the pressure, maybe the pressure was less. So what we figured out was that since the temperature we are maintained it at 50, and it had even increased a little to about 60 or 70. So
Yeah.
temperature we had maintained, temperature was enough. But I have a feeling that the pressure was not enough. Like even my test tube, it got cracks because of the intense pressure.
Okay.
So the pressure was not enough, and due to that, the dry ice did not convert to liquid carbon dioxide. So
Okay.
that could have been the main problem.
So this
Other
was
than that, you have done the experiment brilliantly.
Yeah.
Like even you did this in the first try. We had to do this like at least twice. We got it right on the second try.
Okay.
Perfect. So,
so is
all
it
right,
just orange because we use Malta, the Mandarin version?
it's the same. Like
It's the
all of
same.
these citrus, yeah, all of these citrus fruits have limonene inside the peels. So you could have even used lemon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Even
one
lemon would have worked.
Yeah, so I'll just, Praneel, if I can add one thing here. So if, like you mentioned, using waste orange rind to, convert to something productive, what you can do is, I was actually reading about it since our experiment didn't turn out the way we expected. So since you saw that limonene is not soluble in water, if in the test tube
Hmm.
it is held up, it's separated in a different layer as compared to water. So it is actually soluble in some of the oils because it itself is a fat. So one of the home DIY things I saw was, you can have orange rind and put that in a glass container and put a little bit of olive oil and keep it in the sun for about 4 or 5 days. So what happens is that the limonene gets extracted in the olive oil. You can get the fragrance in the olive oil, and that olive oil can be used for, you can use it as in your
Ma'am, could you repeat that? I couldn't
room
hear.
fresheners, or like room
Ma'am,
dispensers or
could
something like
you,
that. Yeah.
ma'am, could you
Yes.
send the link of the activity and the page you saw it on?
Yes, sure. So what we will do is we'll share all three activities. The first one, which you did right now, the second one, which Praneel also did in school, the steam distillation, and the
Yeah.
third one is extraction and oil, which is very basic. Just keeping it in the sun. This is something that's very, very easy. No, not a lot of
Ma'am, could you please explain the excerpt from the olive oil thing again? I
yeah,
couldn't
so
hear.
Praneel, so that had you just put the orange rind in olive oil and keep it in the sun for a few days. So it just naturally gets heated up and limonene gets extracted and dissolved in the olive oil. So olive oil then can be used, let's say, even in some of the food preparations, you get that fragrance, or you could also use it to prepare homemade candles or something like that. So I'll just put all these three links when I share the recording of the session. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Just a second, ma'am. Just
I just remember. But thank you so much, Abhivir, for being such a sport throughout and not stopping at any point. It could have been one of those things that some people just can want to give up. That it is getting too
I
complicated. Hi, Paki.
I I could not try this because I didn't have the material.
No problem. That's
Yeah,
okay.
same.
Yeah, no problem. So again, all of us had a lot of learnings while
At least, yeah, that was a nice session. So
yes.
that makes
So we
us
can
it.
probably do it in school together once when all of us are free at the same time, probably in pairs or something. We can try it out again. And yeah, any quick thoughts that anyone wants to share? Anything for Praneel for the session?
right. So that concludes our presentation. That concludes my presentation today, and hope you liked it. So was it how was it? Any feedback?
Great presentation, Praneel.
Okay, so was it a bit boring in the middle? Or
No, not boring at all. It was
no?
actually great
Mm-hmm.
and quite informative as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Avivir, did you enjoy
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I really liked it and how you explained everything.
All right, thank you. So, yeah, you can try it again at home.
Okay.
And Adi, if you want, you can we can try it once in school.
Sure.
Sandeep will be helping you, and if you want, even I can assist you.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
yeah,
Thanks a lot.
yeah, and Vivek,
Mm.
Vivek, you can if you can if you want, we can try the steam distillation again because the setup is already ready over there.
Okay.
Yeah, the setup is already ready at school. So on Monday, if you want, you can come to the science lab and we can try it again. All right, using steam
Okay.
distillation. And this time we'll be using more rind because today we didn't have enough rind left. We didn't have enough rind left, so we couldn't actually get too much lemonade.
Okay.
Huh. Hmm. All right. So, Aditya, would you like to like give a brief introduction, give a briefing about your next experiment?
I won't be like revealing what the experiment is again. But so for all those who are going to be attending, you could read a bit about renewable and non-renewable resources if you want to. And
Okay,
I mean, your pre-existing knowledge about resources would be enough. Yeah. So
Okay.
sure.
Maybe do you also have a question? You want to share something?
Ma'am, I have another class in 7:30. Can I leave?
Yeah, sure, please. And you can actually take the tube out. It sort of did not succeed, so it's okay. You can try it out another time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I empty this out in the dustbin.
Yes. You can preserve the copper wire though, or whatever
Yeah.
wire you're using, and the contents can go. Or probably just put it in the soil, or if you have plants at all,
Yeah.
the rind can go there. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
I think We all can close here. Thank you so much, everyone,
I'm
for your
could you
time.
could you please
And
stay?
Thank you.
yes, thank you, Paki.
Could you please stay back?
Thank you,
Yeah,
Praneel.
I'm
Thank
here.
you.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.